That's okay. Groat.
Welcome to the Culture Cast, and I am back. And with me at the moment is the very man who helped start this whole thing. It is CM. No, it's Tubbs. Tubbs is here. How are you, Tubbs?
I'm back, buddy, for the second week. Well, it should be for the second week in a row. I came home, and now I'm home.
And joining us is, should be any moment now, Bruno Leto. Boogie Bop said CM Punk. Oh, wait, wrong chat. That'll be for later.
Yes, so, very much so.
So you're going to be watching All Out tonight?
Oh, Boogie Bop said if you want someone to pop on and talk about video games, he said give him a shout anytime.
Definitely. So there's another guest for another time.
Yes.
Bruno, you're here. How are you, my friend?
How's it going, guys? You all right?
Good.
Good story, Bruno.
That's world's greatest motherfuckers. What's up? Come on.
You're fitting in too well here, like.
Yeah. Oh, woo! Take it off.
But Mick said, Mick Holland again, the outside the chicken. Go on.
Death by doggies.
Tubbs.
Death by oh, look at that. Look at those super tits. I mean, Superman.
Storm Spider Customs, aka our own Alan Alford, said can't join but watching for a bit.
Hey.
Best luck, Alan. You know what I'm on about. Jonathan says, evening all. Mick and Jono, Bruno. Jonathan, Mick, Bruno, the death of the doggies. So, bios, we have got bios. That is something I've started saying a lot.
Oh. Right. I guess it's just you and me, Tubbs.
So what happened?
Like, I don't know. I think he must have like accidentally cut off, or maybe he had a blue screen. We're gonna have to like fill in. Tell me.
Yeah, you know what's after happening here, though, don't you? It's one of those things where, like, I came back last week, and like I was in like Woodies, and I was looking for like supplies and stuff, and I happened to buy a shovel, you know. So now Brian's gone missing. So you know.
he's just disappeared on us. He's just disappeared on us. Yeah.
So how was your week, Bruno?
Yeah, it was pretty good, man. Pretty good. I'm really glad to see you back in action, man. It's really good. Like last session, I had a great time.
I do like that. That like in my absence, do you know what I mean? Obviously, we had good folks like yourself to come on and kind of pull the reins and stuff. But it's been great to have like this become more than just two people. You know.
Absolutely.
That's growth, as Brian said.
It is growth, and it's go on.
You can. My daughter just asked me, could you have the burger in the fridge? You can.
Oh, can I have the burger in the fridge?
2 more shows, Bruno. 2 more shows.
Okay.
But yeah, fucking. God, what the fuck was I talking about?
What the fuck was that like?
We were basically just saying how Brian sucked. Go on, continue.
So like my Zoom just decided to update whilst I was on it.
No, because for fucking months you slagged me about my shitty Wi-Fi, right? And now you just off you go.
But it updated in like 3 seconds, so that wasn't my internet's fault. It was just
okay.
Technical difficulties.
Well, look, it's fine, Brian. Me and Bruno manned the ship. We had a fucking conversation about like pop culture.
Yeah. You know what was weird? I could still see all the comments. They were like, "Oh, we lost Brian Z. Where's Brian? Bruno got kicked Brian out of his own live cast," and I could still comment. So I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
You should have just like stayed off and just commented for the whole show.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe I'll do that sometime.
Like the watcher. You could be the watcher.
Now, to be fair,
I have to interfere though.
I can't see any of the comments, so.
Oh, can you know? I can. I also put up the I suppose YouTube thingy just to see the comments and proactively Google any stuff that people recommend.
Do you know what? That's not a bad idea. Actually, do you know what? That'll take me out of the game a bit.
Do it, Tubbs.
Focus.
Okay, so where were we? Okay, I'll start again.
Okay.
without getting kicked out this time. This week's show, we're going to talk about what ifs, 3 and 4, because we didn't do it last week because we had the round table. We're going to talk a little bit about the Spider-Man trailer. Galactus, the thing that had to be funded, the HasLab, that's finished. Sorry, this whole thing is just throwing me off right here.
That crazy overpriced piece of plastic.
That's what we're talking about. And
That's
just one or two action figure things. And let's start as usual with stuff we got during the week, also known as show and tell.
I mean, chlamydia? Oh, no, I'm joking.
Too far, wrong show.
Well, to be fair, I mean, if you got that during the week, man, that's still something you could show and tell about.
No,
You can tell, but don't show.
Hey, I say show. I showed breasts on this fucking podcast
So,
tonight.
That is true.
So,
I
guys,
got nothing. Go on.
You've got nothing. The tubs,
No.
No, man, it's been a pretty slow week from me, unless you count this.
more bargain
Pretty
bucket DVDs.
damn cute, like, you know.
Why does she not have any?
Is that
clothes
Sasha
and socks?
Banks?
She doesn't even have arms. Like, she's missing arms.
She's
Like-
gonna peg you.
But she can do this. Like, look, she can like brightly like.
Tubbs is Sid from Toy Story. Confirmed.
Yeah, my
So-
Toy Story's R-rated.
Oh God. Yeah, red face Woody and all that. That's an actual toy.
Them's
like,
is pencil words, but
What's it, Mayfix or no Revoltech Woody? Actually
There
has
is a
it.
Revolt
Is it?
Tech Woody.
That goes like
that's rapey Woody, like
That is rapey Woody.
rape
That
face
is
Woody.
that
yeah.
is that is completely rape face Woody. I mean, okay. I have Brian? I have to bring it up. I'm sorry. Look at
I did-
Show the
well, you
folks
can
at
show
home,
it.
rape
I
face
brought it up.
Woody.
so
Look
guys,
at
if you
that
haven't
face.
seen this,
Look at
Look
that
at
fucking face.
It's like, hey, why is this so sticky?
Yeah, but I've always
really
wondered
brings your
with that
imagination
face,
to
like,
focus, Bruno.
is that the face Jesse sees, or is that the face Buzz sees?
That is the face
Andy
Buzz and
sees-
Jesse sees when they see Woody looking at them.
Anyway,
Oh, so he's a pure filthy bisexual
like-
three-ways, like.
Oh, what are you guys doing? That is definitely what Woody is doing. Woody's
When
a freak.
Andy's away,
Oh.
Woody'll rape.
I'll just
sometimes when
leave.
Andy's home.
Oh wow!
Flicking it.
But anyway,
I'm sorry.
this
We
week's
should not
show
be-
and
okay.
tell.
This is gonna be. I'm
Is,
sorry. Go with me.
Yeah, we're going to get cancelled fast. Luckily, I have only one thing to show, and it's not anything sexual. Thanks very much. It's just from the Venom Pool wave.
Ah, cool.
I got her for tenner from Smith's.
Oh,
No, wait, no, I'm wrong. 13 something from Amazon. And I only go.
Is that a tongue?
Yep, goes all
Is
the way.
that the Gwen Stacy?
I thought you said there was nothing sexual about it, Brian.
There isn't. It's a symbiote tongue. It's what your
Symbiote
imagination
No.
goes.
Gwen.
But,
Yeah. Cool.
yeah, so I only bought her because it comes with the torso for Venom.
Oh, nice.
So
He's
Yeah.
an awesome
building
bat.
this, gonna be building this big boy. He's also got a big dirty tongue on him.
So I didn't even know about the character. The first time I found out about that character, do you remember the Hot Toys
Venom
Venom Pool? Yeah.
yeah.
Have you seen this, Tubbs? The Hot Toys Venom Pool?
The Hot Toys Venom.
Yeah. It is.
Version of this guy.
Yeah.
No.
I had no idea who the character was. And I think it was like last year now. They were doing a show, and look at this magnificent beast. I mean, holy shit.
Christ above, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
That's
a big boy.
He is.
Now,
But-
Boogie Bop, that's one for your collection right there.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Anyway, nice figure, man. Can't wait to see that bath completed.
It'll be a while because I think like I've got about 5 or 6 of them on the go at the moment. I'm trying to finish at once. Because my collection is so like scatterbrained. I bought like loose figures, bought new figures.
Yeah.
I never really bothered putting all this stuff together. And then one day I was pulled open the thing and I was like, oh, I've got a lot in here. I might actually be able to make some of these.
Ta-da.
You should start doing episodes like
I have.
what's in the drawer. Type thing.
It is a buzz, but not the.
Can you open the drawer and successfully put something together? Like,
actually, I'd quite dig that. And you have to build a Frankenstein version of.
Yes, you have to like fucking got like fucking Batman's fucking wiener and Venom's fucking torso and
like
Jean Grey's head.
Like the comments guys are amazing. Jonathan said Brian's done a bag of shrooms prior to the show. I wish I had.
Confirmed.
Tac Toys with Film said there's a Sentinel HasLab unboxing video going live as we speak.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and I've seen screenshots as well.
I saw screenshots of it too. It looks godly. Have you heard anything about your one yet?
No, I mean it'll be Zavi, so I'm not expecting it to be.
Have you heard about the rumors from Zavi?
That it'll be December.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a fucking story about Zavi. Do you remember last Christmas I was telling you about that mystery box of fucking DC?
Oh yeah.
Were they all the ones you had already?
Still haven't fucking got it.
Still don't have it.
Still hasn't been delivered.
You ordered that.
So I wrote them an old man email, about like get off my lawn, you pack them.
Karen, you went to Karen on them.
I went Karen on their asses, man, and now I have to fill out some fucking forms and shit.
Keep you away from Zavi, is it?
Oh.
Well, Zavi can suck my fucking balls, is what Zavi can fucking do.
You should just mail them that. You can.
But
but I actually want my books, man. So after I get them is then when I will send them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for your service, but you can suck my Irish balls.
So anyway, listen. I want to read out the Woody comments for you guys because they're fucking hilarious. Mick Holland says, "Dear God, Woody, no, stay away, Woody, no." Connor says, "No, hypnol Woody."
Accurate. It is accurate. It's like he's just waiting for his prey.
And Jonathan says, "Defo being at the bag of shrooms." And Mick says, "Licking the head off a lizard, Bridesy was."
So already we're literally 10 minutes into the podcast. We've had Rape Face Woody, Brian licking some shit, he's on shrooms. I'm pretty sure I got naked.
Tubbs offering his balls.
Yeah, and balls, and Zavi can suck and stuff, and I gave him some boobs and Superman t-shirts. It's
nice.
Okay,
10 out of 10, Tubbs. 10
before
out of 10.
we go any further off the rails, I was asked to plug something on here. It's a movie that both myself and Tubbs have roles in.
Ooh.
And Mikey Casey, who came on this podcast about a month or so ago, wrote this with Paddy Murphy, who runs a very cool Twitch and YouTube called Let's Survive Paddy Plays. And guys, I'm going to drop the link in the description of the chat for you to check out their Kickstarter. They're just looking for some funds to get it off the ground and stuff. So would appreciate you checking it out after the show.
Yeah.
And let me know what you think. So Tubbs can probably explain it better. Well, neither of us really can explain it that well. It's kind of a rom-com. It's
called Lulu and the Electric Dreamboat. And now I'm probably going to butcher this too, right? Sorry, Paddy and Mikey, but it is a punk rock.
Okay.
It's a punk rock. Come on, Superman, you got this. It's a punk rock.
Words are his kryptonite.
Comedian rom-com. I don't fucking know. Check out the fuck Kickstarter, right? No, hear me out. Check out the Kickstarter. Pledge to the fucking movie, because me and Brian are both in the fucking thing. And if you don't pledge to the fucking movie, if you don't get this thing over the 18 grand that it needs to be made, we'll come to your house and we'll bring you up there fully with us. And that's not going to end well for you, cuz, right? That's not going to end fucking well at all for you. So pledge to the Kickstarter.
I won't
jump
come to your
on.
house.
It's called Lulu and the Electric Dreamboat. Mikey and Paddy are running past the fucking 52 mark. I think it's 52% mark that they're at it.
Guys, think of it this way. Think of it this way. It's like super bad type coming of age.
It's basically a coming of age story filled with punk rock music, fucking adolescence, just fucking awkward. You learn a lesson on the way. That's it. You learn lessons about life, and you fucking remember the olden days if you're old. And so it's got fucking something for everyone. And I'm pretty sure if you get Mikey over the edge, and he taught me this personally, all right? If you get him over the 18,000 mark, he'll put Red Fest Woody in the movie.
Imagine if it's
that wasn't my words, man. That was Mikey Casey. That was a solemn pledge. He said that shit.
Oh, I can actually see that on Kickstarter. To be fair.
Yes. So all jokes aside, go pledge to the Kickstarter. The boys are just past the halfway mark of what they need. And me and Brian.
And of course, we
ramble on every week. We're
myself
in it.
and Tubbs will personally vouch for these guys. They're not fucking rip off.
No, they're not fucking around, man.
We're all friends. We grew up together and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. We've been making movies with them for a long time, and they're a solid crew, and this is
not to be confused with the So Solid crew.
So,
but yeah, so I mean, like Mikey has made Results Night in the past as well, and it's another coming of age movie as well that me and Brian are both in, and yeah, so just support Limerick, support local talent, and if you're abroad in England and all that kind of crack, and you just like movies, get on the Kickstarter, because nobody wants Red Faced Woody at their front door, my friends. Nobody.
And also, guys. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's just
yeah. If you feel the need to jump on and help these guys out, do
Okay.
You see, can I just very quickly say something on that? So you saying that if we don't pledge, you will come to the house. Can it be the other way around? I pledge, you do come to the house and do this Red Face.
Oh no, Bruno. If you pledge or if you don't pledge, you're still getting Red Face Buddy.
Yeah. So actually, there is actually one that is very interesting to me, which is a VIP invite to the Limerick hometown premiere of Lulu and the Electric Dreamboat.
Yes.
Travel and Logic is not provided, but the question is, will both you and Tubbs be there, Brian? That's all I have.
Yes.
All right. Great opportunity to get smashed and watch a movie. So, yeah. All right.
I have floors you can sleep on.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yes,
Jonathan says, Bruno, those Playmobil sets you mentioned the other week have dropped the pre-order, but Playmobil has jacked up the prices, 80 quid each for the DB5 and 18 van. Not fun, man.
What? They have?
That's prices of plastic going up everywhere, though.
They have, but considerably, because so looking at it now, you can get the DeLorean, which, I mean, holy shit, the DeLorean Playmobil actually looks really nice. Ben Piper did some mods on his as well and looked amazing.
Ben Piper Customs.
Yeah, 24 quid on Amazon.co. Fuck it, actually, I might get that for 24 quid. But the DB5 from James Bond costs 70 quid. And it's like, what are these guys thinking? Look at the price difference on those. Look at that. Oh, wow. 70 versus 24. I appreciate plastic is going up.
To 24. Because I want a fucking DeLorean.
Is it the Aston Martin license is probably a lot more expensive than the DeLorean one, is it?
I mean,
it doesn't justify the big jump, like, but 007 license as well. I don't know. Could be something to do with it.
But even, there you go. Even the 18 ban. Yeah, they are not fucking around with their prices. And honestly, like I don't think you get the same value as that. And
no.
At least for myself as well, from nostalgia factor, I'd much rather have
the 18 van.
Oh yeah, man. The DeLorean is the obvious boy.
Yeah.
The 18 can go fuck themselves.
Tubbs is on one tonight, lads. Also, in the chat tonight at the moment is Let's Survive. Paddy plays. Paddy, you just missed us plugging the shit out of your movie. What's up, handsome
Not very
guys?
well, mind. We tried.
Many hands make light work for most, but for us, it got so much heavier.
Yeah.
Jonathan says DeLorean and the Ecto One have lights and sound. DB5, I kind of understand in a way as it's a new mold, but the 18 van is a repaint of an existing mold.
Jesus.
Okay.
Jokers.
So basically, so you're paying more for an existing mold.
Yeah.
Yeah. See what I said there? See that middle finger? 18 can go fuck itself.
Okay. So, was it last week's show, Bruno? We were talking about Storm Collectibles, and I mentioned about Storm Collectibles reptile.
Yes, you did. You mentioned that you had
those
totally sold.
Those who were following the story saw that I sold this reptile figure like last Monday, maybe. I can't remember.
It would have been early last week. Yeah.
Last weekend I sold that figure. The old reptile one from Star Collectibles. They said, "Oh, there's a new one coming down the line. It'll probably be out soon." And literally 2 days
same week.
2 days after I sold it.
Yeah, I saw that.
We got this beautiful boy.
Yeah. Look at him.
And I was like, my God, the absolute shithousery of the timing of it.
She's like, you sold yours, and then they released it.
They re-released it, a newer one. So for like
that's
anyone
who's not reptile right there.
Anyone who's not following this thing, like I had the very first release of Reptile, which came out like 2, maybe 3 years ago, and had gone up significantly in value. And then they did announce this one, but they said it wasn't. They didn't know when. So I sold the older, significantly more expensive one on the Sunday and pre-ordered the newer.
And what's the price tag on this boy?
About 80-90 pounds thereabouts.
Yeah.
It's cheaper any other way.
They are more expensive than what they used to be. So I remember, I think I paid like 60 or 70 for my.
I think the very first one was $55.99, and that was Scorpion.
Yeah, but so this newer molds that they have with both Scorpion and Sub-Zero, I think it was like 60, 70 quid. I can't remember exactly now how much it was, but
it's fucking sick.
Yeah,
it's class. I really like it.
The thing I really like about Storm, they give you a fuck ton of accessories, and whilst everybody else has been going up like ridiculously in price, and as a point of comparison, we had the Power Rangers, which went from like 20 quid to close to 30 quid. I mean, I think Storm
that's just so cool.
Yeah, they've done that really well as well. Storm have kept their price like relatively.
They've kind of just moved up slowly.
Yeah.
There hasn't been any big jumps, like there hasn't.
No.
I'm just reading the comments. Mick Holland said Brian sold Reptile for $1 million. I wish.
You'd
Jonathan,
be funding the movie.
How big are those Storm Collectibles figures? They're about the 7-inch scale, I would say. Too big for 6
they're
inch.
7 inches, aren't they?
I would say that they're closer to 110 scale than 112.
Yeah. Paddy says, our movie, boys, our movie. Tubbs Fury is a sight to behold. It gives me life, Paddy says. It gives me the drizzling shits, Paddy, but anyway. It terrifies me at times.
I don't understand where it comes from. It's like the whole Brie Larson thing. Once something like
it has to happen at least once.
I mean, some say it might be small man syndrome, but I won't go any further with
it's
that.
not small man syndrome. It's not small man syndrome.
He got so defensive about it.
Don't you fucking start me, Reilly.
Brilliant. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what else? Also, NECA toys. I know some of the guys in the chat love NECA toys. I'm talking to you, Jonathan Redmond. So
I like them depending what it is.
So I only collect like the odd horror figure and all the Turtles line. Yeah, not all of them, the animated ones. Mm-hmm. And they have announced one that I've been waiting for a long time for.
Is this Turtlebus?
Yes, this is from the Turtles.
This is an excellent one.
I'm just trying to find it.
Do you want me to bring it up? I think I know if it's the one I think you're talking about.
I'm going to just say rabbit ears.
There you go. It is. It most definitely is.
Okay.
Do you want me to bring it up?
Yeah, go for it. And Paddy says, "Oh, Brian went there." I did, and there was height restrictions.
There you go, boys. Look at this. Oh, yeah, bloody hell, Brian.
Usagi Yojimbo.
Yeah.
One of the coolest characters ever.
Yeah.
And what's the story with Casey Jones? They released him already.
But they have released Casey Jones, a few versions of him.
I'm going to have to get myself one of the play sets or something and buy Casey Jones and April O'Neil and have them like fuck hard. And then like just buy Michelangelo up in the background and just like let him watch. Because he's got a mad crush on April. Like, so that'd be kind of lousy.
Whilst eating a pizza though. Like he has to be eating a pizza.
He's got to chow down while they're being restricted. you know.
Oh, you know, it'd be better if he has Donatello pole in his hand, just like.
Or even one, you could have all the turtles like coming in from 4 different directions on
Oh
April.
my God.
You could have like Casey
So
Jones
Bruno, little insider info from our movie sets. We have a rule, and it's like, don't indulge Tubbs.
I do not like that rule. I think we should 100% indulge Tubbs.
But anyway, yeah, Usagi Yojimbo. I don't know if they're going to do cartoon, animated, or what, but I'm
assuming it's going to be cell shaded like the rest, right?
Yeah. So he was in the cartoon, he was in the comics as well. I just said him on a cartoon or animated, didn't I?
Yeah.
In cartoon or comic.
You
you did
know
the comics.
Do you know one that I really want them to do? And it's not even it's Super 7, so I want a Super 7 version of him.
Not Super 7 mid though.
No, I I want this guy. I really want this guy.
Alan says Teenage Mutant Bugs Bunny. Yes, that's the one I had as a kid.
Yeah,
yes,
that's what I want.
So cool.
I want a Kevin Nash Super Shredder. That's what I want.
They've done that, haven't they?
No, but I want the actual like done the second head to be Kevin Nash.
One.
Oh okay. That'd be sick.
Like,
have you seen a behind the scenes of this?
Yeah. I'll just read the comments while you're showing those.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think would be a cool addition to add to that figure as well, as like give him kind of like one damaged quad. Because he's, for any wrestling peeps, like he's notorious for ripping his quads. He like literally just walks and
it's carrying that big ego around, like.
Oh, massive, yeah, massive.
There you go.
Yeah, there's the one.
Yeah.
Put yourself on big screen there. I love that cloth cape. It looks really well.
Cloth cape is awesome. The figures it's okay.
So let's go through the comments before we go any further. Nick says, Tubbs, how tall are you?
I think I'm 5'4", but I could be 5'2".
5'4".
Boogie Bop answered him and said, not tall enough.
Oh, hey, me and Boogie Bop have had this discussion before, right? What the Lord took away in my height, he made up for in this fucking face. Absolute perfection.
And Paddy said, he's 6-inch scale. Tubbs, I don't mean to make you like the jester of this podcast, because last week it was your DVDs that were slagging. Now they're slagging your height. I think this one's my fault, though.
You know what? It's okay, because they know I can take it until I get my shovel and that fucking disappear.
Jesus. Paddy said, Tubbs literally said, turtles coming in from all directions. And I'm like, nah, this is average, Tubbs. I vouch for that.
Sadly. Yeah, but come on, let's be honest. I mean, that's the Turtles episode you want to watch, like.
No,
you're fine.
The question is, what would the dicks look like?
I'm sorry,
the answer. I'm assuming they'd be like the equivalent of like a dog penis, but like more like scaly and green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not a bad shout, actually. I mean, I was going for this.
What were you thinking? Like, oh, he's going to show us some.
Wow.
Yeah, something on the lines of
Pickle Rick.
A crusty pickle going inside of April.
There you go, like that. Wet and everything.
April O'Neil loves her pickles, boys.
Oh my god. This is why you get cancelled, Brian. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Jonathan Redmond says, Jesus, those DVDs were shocking.
Is it shocking in quality or shocking because of how many I had?
Mick says, poor Tubbs. He didn't, says, back to the toys, boys. He says, I collect the new IDW Usagi series, really, really good. Storm Spiders Customs. Alan, got a dash, fellas. Enjoy the rest of the show. See you later, Alan. Come back.
See ya.
Mick says, dear God, I missed that comment. Lol, lol, lol. That's the Turtles episode. That's a home to the ending of It from the books. Yeah. Oh, I know you can take it, Tubbs, all the way to the hills from our nights in parochial house together. That's a film set.
Those floorboards are
I'm
broken.
just not
for
even
a
going to
very
read
good
out
reason,
the
my
last
friend.
comment by Paddy, but anyway. Okay, so what if we got cancelled? Okay, so what if from Marvel? I don't know if everyone has seen all of these, but we're going to talk about episode 3 and 4. So some spoilers ahead if you haven't. One is 10 days old at this stage now, so I'm sure you haven't. The murder mystery episode where the Avengers started getting picked off.
Yep.
Mystery person thing, and Black Widow's voice was really off.
That's because it wasn't her, for one.
Oh, but it was a lovely voice, though. I love like Belle's voice.
So you talked to me about this already, Bruno. Who is this person that you were on about?
Lake Bell. Do you know? So have you watched the Harley Quinn show?
Yeah.
She is Poison Ivy.
Ivy.
Oh,
that's
yes,
where
yes,
I knew it from.
And she's also an actress. Like she's been in numerous other like movies, but from a voice perspective, I don't know if it's the sultriness, the raspiness. Every time I hear it, it's just like ASMR. It's like perfect.
Sexy outlook, yeah.
It's like perfect. Even though it wasn't Scarlett Johansson. Trust me, I would just.
She's having
rewatch
some
it again.
contractual issues at the moment. I heard.
Yeah, I wonder what's happening there. But I would definitely watch that show that episode again just for her voice easily. So.
Well, I found, like, I know we've seen episode 4 since. I found it was possibly, I don't know, did I say to you we were the weakest or the second weakest of the show so far?
Yeah. Go on, Tom. What do you think of it, dude?
I mean, for me personally, look, there was things I did like. I liked that they kind of retconned like the original Hulk with the newer Hulk. If you get me, I loved all that kind of stuff. That was really cool. But I, for me personally, with the episode, I was kind of going, they missed the fucking boat on an episode here. Like, me, when Scarlet, like, or not Scarlet Witch, sorry, when Black Widow showed up in the episode, I was kind of going, why isn't this? All right, what if Hawkeye died in Varmir instead of her? Like, why isn't that the episode?
They could still do that though.
But they still could, because what if? But for this alone, I mean, that episode. I mean, I'd seen the first episode with the Captain character, and that one was like, fuck me, this is trippy as balls, and it's cool, and it really is fucking. It's weird and kind of Elseworldy and just a really fucking good episode. And then what was the second episode again?
The T'Challa Star-Lord.
And that one was fucking. That was badass and fucking and kind of heartfelt. Nice mixture, but this one was trippy and strange, and I didn't know if I really dug this one as much. I enjoyed parts of this stuff of episode number 3, but I don't think I dug the shit out of it all the way.
No,
there were certain things in it where I was kind of going like, that seems fucking stupid.
I thought the killer they found in the end, it wasn't predictable, so to speak, but it was a bit weak, if I'm honest.
I'll be honest, I saw it a week ago, and I can't even remember who the killer was. So I'm just telling you how much of it I actually took away.
The original Ant-Man in Darren Cross's suit.
Yes, that's what it was. That's what it was. Yes.
It was Hank Pym as Yellow Jacket, like he is in the comics.
Yeah. I remember now in the graveyard scene and all that kind of crap.
The fact that Loki was so willing to help Nick Fury as well as.
That's my point. It was.
Would he have not been delighted?
I know there are what ifs. No, but I know there are what ifs and like backward scenarios and kind of what happens if this happened instead of this. But I don't know. Loki seemed very out of character in it, and I don't know. And then like the Avengers started dropping, and Hawkeye. Let's be honest, Hawkeye kills Thor. Fuck off.
Well, Thor had no power at the time, though.
Exactly.
He's still not killing Thor.
The Destroyer ripped him apart in the end.
Are you telling me fucking the Foxtrot fucking Hawkeye is killing Point Break? No fucking women. Patrick Swayze is not good. I
took
a fucking wave to kill that motherfucker.
Initially, when I saw it, I did say to Bruno, I was like, pretty weak that just died from an arrow. Like, then when I thought about it, he had no power at the time. He had been cast out from Asgard.
Yeah.
So like then
it's a fucking arrow.
It didn't make sense then why Loki came down looking for him when they knew he was.
Yeah.
cast
But
out.
that's what I mean. There was a lot of
inaccuracies.
And I wouldn't even say inaccuracies, because at the end of the day, this is a fucking, do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm going to say it because I haven't said it in a few weeks, and I like to say this on shows, and we're talking about the pop culture and the nerdiness. They're fictional characters, right? That's
I like how you had to use these though.
Fictional.
yeah, they're
Which
fictional.
In my mind,
It's like when
TV shows.
it's like the whole Joey moment in Friends where he said to Ross, "I'm sorry."
Sorry.
You know, it's.
Oh,
But you know what I mean. It's
God.
I mean, like how like, I mean, I know like we've gotten so used to like consistency in Marvel and MCU and things like that, but and I do think now, going off of some sections of these what ifs, there's some things that are happening in these what ifs. I think perfectly this show, even though it's a cartoon animated kind of series, is going to play into multiverse angles.
Yeah.
I do think.
Speaking of which, episode 4.
Yes, because this was the one. This was like, I mean, I just quickly jump in. I felt this was the strongest of the 4 so far.
Yes, I would agree.
Hmm.
Bruno said to me after watching, "It's like,
No. Yeah.
And bought me and Michael, who was conspicuous by his absence today. He said he was coming on, but who knows? He was at a wedding last night, so he's most likely hungover to fuck. But we both kind of convinced you to watch it the second time.
Yeah. So second viewing, great. There was so a few things. One, when I watched it, I'd had my second shot of COVID the morning off. That was completely fucked, honestly. But I will still say
I love the way you said a shot of COVID.
my second shot of COVID. Second shot. Shit. A shot of COVID.
I skipped the vaccine. Just give me the actual COVID.
Just give me the COVID Delta variant on the rocks. So I watched it again on a proper TV, like fully dedicated, no issues with like shit going off in my head, and it was good. But I stand by what I said. To me, the strongest is still Carter. So if I had to rank them, I'd say Carter, T'Challa, then this one, then into the Doctor Strange one, and then the Murder Mystery one. Murder Mystery one, I'm with you guys. I think it's the weakest of the lot. I think there were a lot of things that did feel out of character. Some bits which were nice, like Loki kind of being the one in the graveyard. I really like that twist. But anyway, aside. On the Doctor Strange bit, I loved the twist off. Well, actually, there are 2 of yous. It didn't seem like you guys are saying that, for example, with the Loki stuff on episode 3 felt out of character, right? For me, like the Ancient One doing what she did made no sense. Like no sense, because what's the point in splitting Doctor Strange and evil Doctor Strange if you know that evil Doctor Strange is just going to become more and more powerful? Like you guys saw all of the shit that he was consuming. Like she knew that timeline was gonna get absolutely wrecked. Like she knew there was an end to it, because there's no way in hell normal Doctor Strange can beat a Strange that is like 300 plus years old and has been absorbing multiple demonic creatures from other dimensions. Like that was the thing. That's why.
Because she's human and she messes up. That's what I took from it. Whatever about the consequences or whatever, even you saying it there, watching Doctor Strange lose his shit and start just inhaling demons bit by bit, starting out with little bitty ones.
I love
and
that.
And then moving up to the tentacled creature, who was also at the end of Agent Carter episode, who I think is Shuma Gorath, who I think is rumored to be in the Multiverse of Madness.
You said.
So I wonder, is this creature going to appear again along the lines in the other ones?
Because even the markings on the floor when he goes into that like temple thing, they're the same markings.
Oh,
in WandaVision.
Do
you know what I mean?
The ruins.
The ruin markings, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
So there's a lot of there's a lot of things I noticed in it. Like, and do you want to hear a crazy story? Because I'm going to tell, because you know I like to tell the stories, so I'm going to tell you the story.
Go on.
I was watching this episode, and I was halfway through, and I was kind of going, "Oh, okay, I'm really digging this. And then I stopped and went, fuck. Have I seen Doctor Strange?
What?
And then I went back. Now listen, then I went back and turned on Doctor Strange. And I was watching it. 25 minutes into it, I was like, I've only seen the first 25 minutes of this movie.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the ending because I must have seen some, but I never actually sat down and watched all of it. So I sat down and watched all the
This
movie.
is going to be Black Widow for you in about 5 years' time.
Exactly. No, but it's so crazy that like I actually fucking thought I had seen it all. I just remember seeing it, but then when I started watching, I was kind of going, none of this. I don't think I've seen any of this, like any of it. And I was going, Jesus Christ, I actually haven't watched this whole movie. It's been out fucking how long? So I went back and watched the thing, and then it made a lot more sense to me. But yeah, for me, I just found the whole concept. I don't know.
I love you, man. Never change.
The fact that you stopped between a half an hour show taking a full movie
Yeah.
and then finished the other 10 minutes at the end.
Let's be honest.
Amazing.
It's fucking me. Do you expect anything different?
No.
But no, for me, this episode, I love the whole concept of it. Like, what if he didn't lose his hands, he lost his heart? And then I think that's why this one hits so heavy, was because, like, it was just, he wasn't thinking logically. This was all coming from a broken heart, so there was no more logical thinking from this. He just wanted to reverse the timing and save her. And I think frustration built in when he couldn't. And I'd say a lot of ego as well played into this part. Like, you really got to see where, like, Doctor Strange, like how big his ego can become when you want to let him know, like, it's an absolute point, you can't change it. He's like, oh, challenge accepted, Barney Stinson. I'm going to go fucking do this shit. But yeah, there was craziness. But I think personally, no, not personally, because hit me around the chief, old man. But I think from watching this, man, and having gone back and realized I hadn't seen Doctor Strange, and then going watching it again, just to kind of see the pieces unfold. I really, really didn't realize until this episode that this What If series is more connected to the MCU than now. Because I just thought this was going to be like a throwaway, like, oh, what if this happened?
It's all in the fucking
MCU.
Yeah, and now as like the shows are leading into like like the branching timelines and madness in the multiverse. I think this it's canon regardless. It's just because it's multiverse stories. But I didn't think it would factor in, because as you even said, Brian, is even that like the tentacle creature at the end of Carter is the same creature that's in this.
And Carter herself is rumored to be in one of the movies going forward as well. I'm not saying anymore.
Or something that it showed Carter and evil Doctor Strange standing side by side.
Oh, don't do that to me. Anyway, two problems before you go on, Bruno. I had two problems with this movie.
Okay.
With this short, I mean,
sure.
That make it fall down for me. One, I've seen Doctor Strange. Was he in love with that one? I don't think he was he?
With
like,
the
is
doctor?
Yeah.
With what's her name? She was in the Notebook.
Rachel McAdams.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
She doesn't appear. She doesn't appear in any other films, like any of the Avengers stuff or anything.
No.
Also, I think if she died in the crash, would say, I think his ego wouldn't let him stop doing surgery. He's not going to quit everything and go looking in the hills of Nepal for his art. I don't think.
So I would agree with you on that. So the whole reason he went over to Nepal was obviously because
he wanted to fix his.
Yeah, exactly. But it took him a long time to get to that point, like from a journey perspective, right? Because you see him like sell this, like I'll go to this treatment, I'll do this, and so I'm kind of with you on that, in the sense of if he'd lost her, would he still go down the same route, or would he just go down something else? Maybe, I don't know.
He seems more like a posh Tony Stark. He'd have had someone else within a couple of months.
Probably. I know that it's harsh, but I agree with you on that. The one thing I just wanted to call out very quickly.
Go.
That did not look like Rachel McAdams.
No, but the one thing I did notice about this episode was that I know they've had the majority of the voices back for the episodes, but like, like Skinny Steve Rogers wasn't voiced by Chris Evans. Black Widow wasn't voiced by Scarlett Johansson. I found with this episode was the first of the 4 to have all the voices of all the people from Doctor Strange.
Wait, I'm just thinking, did the Black Panther one not have everyone?
It did have most of them. Yeah.
It did it. Okay, it had most, maybe not all, but this one I looked it up. This actually had.
It didn't have Drax. You're right.
That's what it was. So there was some missing.
Yeah.
But this one had all the voice actors from the Doctor Strange movie. But it's so fucking strange.
Oh God, that was magical.
Oh, that was it. You loved it, Brian. I loved it.
You missed my one. I just said it was magical.
The fact that there are connections to the MCU movie line from these shows, which is very strange. The fact that these are like what if stories, but there's still, especially with this Doctor Strange one, and that's why I liked it. And I thought it was fucking very heavy for an animated movie. Like that whole repeat sequence of him trying to stop her death, over and over and over and over. That was heavy as fuck, man.
That's the one thing I've loved about all these series so far, all the episodes so far. The endings are so dark. You'd almost think it was DC.
Oh,
see,
nice, very nice. But it is true. So I think that all of the episodes and all of the shows we are seeing, the only way that I can really think of it, this is the timeline that you saw in Loki, like all of the split points.
That's my point. Yeah.
Yeah, and the one with Doctor Strange, there was a massive branch, and it'll just crash and burn that. It'll just finish that because there's nothing else you can do. Yeah, exactly. I think the multiverse of madness, what it is going to bring into it, and I think this is going to be the scary part. And if you looked at it from a timeline perspective, it's going to basically weave all of these realities together, and that's why obviously we have the Toby, Andrew Garfield, and all of these other guys
confirmed.
Working together. Wink, wink. But yeah,
that is the worst kept secret. Not confirmed.
Before
there was did you see the not throw any spoilers out there, but apparently there's a shot online and fucking with the two of them standing on a bridge.
Also,
it's the internet, so take it with a pinch of salt.
I will put money that if Andrew Garfield is not properly confirmed in it, he will show up at the ending. He will introduce himself as Pete, and then he realizes that he can't be both, and he'll be Ben Reilly. Fuck it, done.
I just want them, man. I want them to take advantage of this and actually make a Ben Reilly story, like a live action Scarlet Spider. I would fucking ejaculate all over everything.
There's a lot of stories like that coming out of this that Sony will have their own Spider-Man going forth into their own universe.
And question for you. For anyone that knows the Scarlet Spider story with the Ben Reilly thing, he's basically Peter Parker's clone. Or
clone.
Well,
yeah, he's a clone. Yeah. Whatever way you want to look at that. Is he the real Peter Parker? Blah blah blah. All that shit. Check out Maximum Clonage. It's a great comic book that got panned by critics for some fucking reason. I fucking loved it. But anyway, getting back on track. If that was to happen and Sony went like, we're gonna have our own Spider-Man, we're gonna do fucking Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider. Do you still cast Tom Holland?
I don't know. A lot will depend on what happens going forward in the MCU, I would say.
Yeah, I suppose
Kevin Feige isn't going to let it all get away. Like, so
Feige should just explode his pants and let us know all the details.
Let Feige do what he wants because he's a genius.
It's worked. So it's worked now. Yeah, it's worked.
Before I go on,
go on, mate.
I was just going to read the comments. Is that what you were going to do?
I was just going to say the one person actually who I would cast into the Ben Reilly Spider-Man would be the same person who played Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. Not Jake Johnson, but Chris Pine as a Ben Reilly.
Oh, and funny story. Chris Pine has actually been spotted having chats with Feige.
Is he a bit old for Spider-Man?
Ben Reilly one. I'm going to say, like, if they went for an older one.
He might not even be for that.
Go on.
I wonder, because he's very pretty, right?
He's a good-looking fella, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't kick him out.
Cyclops.
Oh shit!
Who did you say?
Cyclops.
Yes.
I would. Yes.
He's just
Now, the only
just
fucking
enough of a
problem
prick
with that,
to be
though, man,
Cyclops as well.
the only problem with that is you take Baby Blue, because he's got the bluest fucking eyes on a man I've ever fucking seen in my lifetime, and you hide that motherfucking shit.
Yeah, if you have to, like.
Actually, it's
So basically, what
perfect.
way is it working? So is it like, so basically, DC have like traded Chris Pine over to Marvel, and Marvel have given Scarlett Johansson to DC.
I don't think it works like that, per se.
I
This
want
isn't
her boobs in a
AEW,
fucking
man.
Poison Ivy costume. I want it, right?
Don't you
Oh
dare
my
slight AEW.
AEW?
Anyway, let's
Okay.
just read the comments because we know you're still there, guys. Jonathan says, Brian, I reckon Tubbs gets these movies the same place that Snake Eyes does a donkey movie came from. You were saying over in that other stream tonight. Yeah, so basically I was saying something about Snake Eyes and the giant snake appearing in it. And I said
Snake Eyes, as in.
the
G.I.
G.I. Joe character.
I haven't seen it.
Me
It's
neither.
okay.
Okay. So,
Anyway, Jonathan says Loki used Thor dying as a reason to take over the world in that one.
Yep.
And Paddy says Tubbs, fictional characters, unlike say wrestlers, Tubbs, just busting your chops.
they're real people, Paddy,
Oh,
with hearts and feelings.
and injuries.
Yes, and injuries.
Paddy
Paddy
plays his nerd for
says-
blood.
I heard the Doctor Strange one was the best. That's what Mikey Casey said. Boogie Bop said episode 4 was so good. I wish to use the Counter Earth version of Strange or even just hinted at it. Ooh, commenter jumping. Typical Tubbs. This is why we love you, buddy. We're talking about
Love you too,
Doctor
boys.
Strange,
Who said that?
the Doctor Strange thing. Paddy.
Oh, yeah. Nice and pads.
Chris Pine, more like Chris Wright. Mike
Actually-
Casey, evening,
What?
gentlemen. How are you getting on,
Sorry,
Mikey?
Kiss.
Mick, Jonathan Redmond Tubbs is the Alexis of this podcast, no? It's that guy, Mikey Casey guy, is that guy that we were just talking about the Doctor Strange episode, Mikey. Alexis is a guy similar to Tubbs on a Transformers podcast me and John watch. Mikey says about episode 4. What an episode. So before
So going
we go
off the questions quickly on that before we do jump forward,
we do like to jump forward.
because I was mentioning about connections and fucking, you know, the fact that I was surprised at how there's a lot more connections to this like what if cartoon to the main MCU. Spider-Man, Far From Home.
Mhm.
Do you fucking think that's the version of Strange? And do you think that the multiverse is already after starting to spin out of control before Peter
Because
gets
of
to
what-
Strange?
Yeah, because remember, was it me and you, Tubbs, were saying, or one of us, me and you, Bruno, were saying that I think Strange isn't acting
You-
right.
you-
Well, he's
You-
definitely acting out of character, or maybe he's just so that egotistical at his core. Who knows?
That's a fucking good
That's
one.
a good shout.
Because I said I don't think he's acting right.
You
Because
did say
in
that.
the
The
trailer.
reason I say that is
Why would he?
when in the timeline is Spider-Man Far From Home? Like when in the timeline is that? Because I'm wondering to myself, looking back at like J. Jonah Jameson showing up on the screen and all that kind of crack.
It starts off right at the end
Has
of the last
Loki,
one.
but that's what I'm saying is the whole Loki time frame when all the timelines start to split. I'm wondering, did that happen in and around the time of the end of the Spider-Man movie and WandaVision? And so you started to see J. Jonah Jameson showing up and all this kind of crazy crack. And is that why Strange is different in this one? Because shit has already started to change.
Very interesting theory.
I
Actually.
hadn't thought about it like that, but yeah.
Bruno Mikey says, "Tell Bruno I love his Stan Lee poster."
Hey, thank you, mate. There you go.
Good old Stan Lee.
Some more out there into the Spider-Verse. There. Some...
Tubbs is about to drop that he's confirmed it as in the MCU as Howard the Duck. From
Me as Howard the Duck? I'll take that fucking role.
You must
Wait,
be
do I gotta have that
crackers.
weird bestiality scene they had in the original movie?
Yeah,
Oh my
Okay.
god, yes.
with the same girl from the 80s.
You totally got a duck
Oh.
her on.
By the way, I like that movie. It's a guilty pleasure of mine.
Marty McFly's man.
It's basically like an 80s movie, and all of those 80s movies are kind of the same.
Yeah.
In that they're
It-
trashy and fun. Oh my God.
Like,
Oh,
Tubbs, I'm
Jesus.
sorry.
Oh,
Boogie Bop said he's about the right height and said sense of humor. He's gone red.
you motherfucker.
Mikey says, love these posters. Vaults the beautiful green goblin up here.
So you have Stan Lee on your wall. So who's on your wall? If, like, at the other side of your room?
me?
No, Brian.
Oh,
Over here. I know what you're angling at, Tubbs. I'm not going to give it to you.
What? Who's on the wall, Brian?
Look at the
Oh,
guy
yeah,
over
yeah.
there. Behind Devastator.
I mean, he
you can
looks
see
like
Tubbs.
a really attractive bloke. Like,
who's
Hold
that?
on,
Viggo
mate.
Mortensen.
Do you see that?
Viggo Mortensen wishes. It's a Tubbs, baby.
There you go.
3 times on his wall. Brian loves
But
me.
so Spider-Man. I totally spat that one out.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, we've kind of talked about the Spider-Man trailer anyway. So, like, any of you in the comments, I know you two haven't yet. Any of you in the comments seen Shang-Chi yet?
I mean, I haven't seen it, but me and Brian talked about it when I saw the trailer for it. My initial reaction was, looks all right.
Yeah.
Non-spoiler review for, like, you guys. I really liked it. It's a lot better than some of the MCU films.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd rank it about just outside top 10, maybe.
okay. I mean,
It's a really solid
I wouldn't
origin
say-
movie. There's a bit of sag in the middle, but other than that, it's,
I mean, I remember talking to you
fights
about,
are so cool. Fights are
but
class.
like, I wouldn't reckon it's going to be crap, but it's just, we talked about this ages back in the podcast. It's just, I just don't know the material. So, like, when I saw the trailer, there was no crazy
I didn't
investment.
either, really.
I didn't have crazy investment in the trailer. Same with the Eternals, and that might be badass as fuck, even though they ripped off fucking Superman.
Did they?
Icarus, but he's like, oh, look at me fire my laser beams, man.
Have you read Icarus?
Huh?
Have you read Icarus?
Have I read it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came after Superman, so don't even try and spin
No,
that
but like,
shit on me.
how can you say he ripped him off if you don't know exactly what the character does?
Because Marvel could never design an
Because
actual
shut the
Superman
fuck up,
to...
Tom.
No,
When
they
they
could
ripped
never
off
design
Superman, it was
Superman to
Sentry.
match Superman. So they tried all these different
Okay,
Hyperion
hell-
and all these kind of crap.
Right. This is when the Marvel nerd comes out. Right. Lock your bitches up. This is gonna happen. Sentry would bitch slap Superman. Is all I'm gonna
Yeah,
say.
I'm not being smart, right? I'm going to tell you how it is, right? Sentry. Superman is when you order off Amazon. Sentry is when you order off Wish.
Yeah, but they only sell DC on Wish anyway.
Oh.
But look, I give it to you. Marvel have fucking heroes that DC can't match in any way, shape, or form.
Mhm.
But none of the
It's
the
like
Marvel superheroes came
it's like this, Tubbs, right?
close to a Superman.
DC will make Darkseid. He's awesome. Marvel like, that's okay, a little bit here, a little bit here. Thanos. Success.
But no, but
Deathstroke.
that's the thing about it is for every DC great that make every great DC character that's made, there's a Marvel copycat, and every great
That makes it 100
Marvel,
times better.
no, but every great Marvel character,
Mhm.
there's a DC copycat. So they're both bouncing back off each other for years, man. It's like
It-
fucking.
It is true, but from a pure power perspective, like, come on, Sentry. Actually, fuck it. Way past Sentry. What was it? World War Hulk.
Hyperion.
Oh my God, Hyperion. I didn't even remember Hyperion. World War Hulk. The World Breaker. He shook the universe. One guy on one planet. He would literally wipe his green ass with the Superman. He would take him like a towel, like American Pie, get right between the butt crack and the nut crack. Like that, Tubbs. Like that.
Not happening, buddy. Not happening.
Mikey Casey has come up with a great point here. He
Okay.
says, no Marvel character comes near Superman. It's impossible to make a character more boring.
Might be more boring, Casey, right? But my God, has it stood the test of time, my friend? Look, this is the most viewed symbol next to the Christian cross.
And the worst secret identity ever. It's not Superman. Superman.
Oh my God, who the fuck?
Not Superman. Superman. Not Superman. Superman.
Where
Where
the
did
fuck
Brian go?
I forgot I'm on a fucking podcast with a bunch of DC haters.
Okay.
I actually like DC as well. I have a bunch
Actually,
of DC
I love you
stuff
too,
up there.
Bruno.
If you put the DC and Marvel universe together and gave them a weekend to come up with a way to beat Goku, they still wouldn't.
No, that's true.
I don't know about that now, man. Snip his penis off. Done. Actually, does he even have a penis? Because I don't know how those
He doesn't.
foreign cartoons work.
He does definitely have a penis because he shows it in the actual original Dragon. Like you actually see his little dinky winky on.
We don't need to see it, Bruno.
Oh well, there goes my googling time. Thanks, Brian. Dick.
Yeah, Goku and Vegeta would rip the whole Marvel and DC universe to
Yamcha
shreds.
would probably do that.
No.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't.
Jonathan Redmond says,
Okay.
"Who is the DC copy of Spider-Man or Wolverine?"
I think Lobo for Wolverine.
Yeah, you said that in the chat. I just read it.
I
out.
know.
For who?
I know.
I was going to read that out.
What was the question again?
Haha. Go on, Brian.
Mikey said Thor could take Superman too. Big close one. Basically, he said, Tubbs, who's the DC copy of Spider-Man? Sorry, you take your time. You'll be there a while.
No. I don't. I mean, I don't mean every character. Because there's DC characters that Marvel haven't imitated either, and vice versa. There are a few that kind of didn't get like the copycat treatment, but like there's clear obvious ones, as you even said yourself, like Darkseid.
Yeah,
and
but like
Thanos are complete carbon copies. Do you know what I mean? Things like that.
all joking aside, like when
Yeah.
you're making superheroes, there's only so many. There is going to be crossover somewhere.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like
Invincible, like it's basically Spider-Man plus Superman equals Invincible.
But the thing I find it's like, you know what I mean, like with the DC Marvel, you can tell it's a rivalry because there's been some of them that have been like ridiculously too close to the chest copies. Like you have like Flash and Quicksilver. Do you know? They're like, oh, we also need a guy that can run super fast and things like that. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but isn't there like
as I
7
said,
different flashes and reverse flashes and different color flashes? And
Oh
stuff
my
as
god,
well?
yes, there
Yeah,
are.
there's too many. I'll even fucking say that. But yeah. But bottom line in this entire conversation, what we should all know is, right?
Mikey says Superman.
Take
is
all
just
your
a
fucking
Jesus
heroes,
variant.
right? And fuck them up your ass because Superman's a fucking legend.
Mikey said,
Okay.
Mikey Casey just said, Superman is just a Jesus variant. Well, if you ask Zack Snyder, he believes that.
I'm not taking no fucking comments from Mikey Casey, the old fucking variant Peter Parker himself. Marvel fucking fanboy. Fucking jog on, Lulu and the Electric Dream Bud.
Okay, so
I love you, Casey.
Paddy says Blue Beetle is the DC Spider-Man. Well, lads,
But they're not even the
what have we
same
started
insect.
here?
I know. Down the rabbit hole we've gone.
Oh, like I can't even remember what started this conversation. I think it was just Tubbs' fault. The Superman T-shirt.
No, I didn't start that one.
It's all right, lads. You just need Venom in your life.
Oh,
I love me some Venom, buddy.
I like that.
Venom pool.
Oh, well.
Okay, so let's. Mikey just sent me a message saying Tubbs is out of the film. Weird, Paddy.
Fucking, do you know what you do? Tell Paddy fucking, might as well get James McAvoy to replace me. He's fucking taking on my fucking shtick as it goes anyway.
So James McAvoy gets you sloppy seconds, I'm assuming.
Yeah, James McAvoy sees the things I do and steals what I do. He goes, oh, I like, you know, Tubbs is awesome. So
It's
like,
not
I
right.
want to split and do
It's like that
26
time you were going
fucking-
to shave your head and he did it instead, right?
James McAvoy steals my shit.
Tubbs is all on about shaving his head before, and he never did. I did, and still didn't.
And then James McAvoy fucking shaved his.
It's not right. It's not right that he does it, Tubbs. You should say something. You should definitely.
Okay. So let's get on to our main topic
Okay.
before this goes any deeper.
What was our main topic? Oh yes, retro. Yes. Sorry.
Retro
Volleyball.
games. So, 16-bit games. I know you've been bursting to talk about them. So like basically this whole discussion came about as I was doing some pirating. I mean, emulating on my Xbox. So I figured out a couple of weeks ago that my Xbox Series S can do emulation.
You can just say Xbox Next Gen.
Yeah, my play gamey thingy. Just dumb it down a bit there, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I figured out that could do that. The big next gen console that I bought just to play 20-year-old games. So I started looking around at games, whatever, and memories. So I decided
Retro Street, baby.
Be good. I know we had similar kinds of discussions about this before in this podcast. I don't think we ever did a top 10 just one generation. I know we did Sega Mega Drive, we did Super Nintendo, so.
I mean, like we did them through weeks, but we kind of like went and chat like, oh, these are 20 games I remember from childhood, you know.
Yeah. I don't think we never ranked them though, did we?
Oh God, we gotta rank these.
Oh my God, that's gonna be hard, man.
I know. I did it a while ago, and it was like
this is too much pressure, man. How do you rank your childhood from 1 to 10?
For tires, Stubbs. You know, you just name them out then, whatever.
No, you've put the challenge out. Now I'm gonna fucking do it, all right? Don't you fucking half-ass.
Okay, seeing as you're so forward with it, why don't you go first? Number 10.
Oh man, now you're putting too much pressure on it, brother. Here, like, you know.
I don't know what
crazy one. This is probably not going to go over well with most people, but a game that I fucking strangely should have hated but loved the shit out of when I was younger was the Last Vikings.
I love that game too.
Okay, so I'm not the only one.
The Last Vikings.
That was on SNES, wasn't it?
Yes, because I was a SNES bitch, man. I kind of ventured in. It's been that way since the beginning. I was like SNES all the way through. Then I went on to Sony and stuck. I've never been I played Mega Drive. I played a bit of Xbox, but I've never been a Mega Drive kid.
Yeah, I was like that as well. I owned a Sega Mega Drive, a Genesis for American folk, and I never owned a Super Nintendo, but I often had like so many chances to play it.
I just realized something.
What?
In our younger lives, I was the Marvel kid and you were the DC kid. Because the Super Nintendo had their Mortal Kombat had no blood. The Mega Drive had the violence in the games. It was a darker fucking console. And then we flipped that shit in its head. Do you want to know why? Because I did cocaine for 2.5 years or some shit. And then I was like, shit's darker now, man. I gotta fucking roll with the Batman. And I gotta fucking rail some bitches or some shit. I don't know. What the fuck am I talking about?
I don't know, but it's accurate. Let's just roll with it.
It's accurate. It's accurate.
It's accurate. Let's just do it.
If Bruno says it's accurate, we shall move on.
Sorry, I'm literally searching for the names of. There you go. I'm cheating massively.
Paddy says, I rank my childhood based on the times I wasn't staying at my creepy uncle's house. Not this week. I based my game Revolting Youth on Lost Vikings, what Paddy says as well. Jonathan says, considering how small size-wise those 8 and old 16-bit games were, how come none of these have been redone as browser games? Like 4K streaming is a thing now, and that would use way more bandwidth. I think a lot of people just use emulators anyway to stream those things now.
Yeah.
You can find all of these games, by the way, to play online.
I mean, because I know Boogie Bop has Phil O'Connor. He's figured out how to upscale all his fucking emulators, man, to fucking practically.
He just commented. He just commented there. He said,
there you go.
"I'm currently playing Mega Man X, and I can't get over how difficult the game is. Maybe my reactions are slower." Yeah, Mega Man is always really hard though.
Like we're playing like fucking Xbox, fucking join next gen Xboxes and PlayStation 5s and so on, right? So we're playing fucking high powered fucking crazy fucking Unreal Engine 5 games, all that bollocks.
Yeah.
But you go back and play a simple fucking forward and jump down with 2 button, man. I'm telling you, I think Phil is right. I think the reactions are
I said it
slower
to one of the lads, maybe Paddy a few weeks ago. I can't remember.
Because we've gotten used to more buttons, man.
Yeah, when you go back playing with the old buttons, your brain is wired differently than it was back then.
Because you're here, like you're all this, you know, you're doing all this shit. Do you know this shit?
Yeah.
You're doing all this shit, you know?
Yeah. Oh, wait, is that a PS5 controller, Toes?
What, this thing?
Is that
Humble brag of the week.
The one thing I'd say as well, like, yes, probably your reactions are slow and you're not as used to it. Oh, Brian, you're dying already.
The comments are killing him.
But the one thing I would say, don't forget, when these games came out, they were really short games. A lot of these games were short games. So the best way to keep people playing, just make that shit hard.
Bastard hard.
You want to hear a story before we move on? When we were growing up, no, me and Phil, when we were growing up and playing games, right? We used to play Sunset Riders. Right?
Oh,
and it
it's on my list. It's on my list.
Forever to fucking clear that game, right? Not so long ago, but like maybe like a couple of years back.
I remember Sunset Riders.
I called out to Phil's house and he goes, "Hey man, we'll throw on some Sunset Riders."
I remember playing that on an arcade.
And we beat Sunset Riders in 15 minutes. Like from start to finish.
20 minutes.
15, 20 minutes in around that ballpark. We just blazed that game. But
it's a different story when you're just pressing start to continue rather than throwing in 20p coins.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking insane.
And then going, "Can I have another coin?" And your mum just like backhanding you, like, "Fuck off."
Bury me with my money.
So in the comments, whilst Tubbs gets another 30 seconds to think of his number 10 before we move on, I'll just read out the comments. Mikey Casey said, "Gaming with your uncle is next week's show, Paddy." Mick says, "Random honorable mention, Castlevania 4. Loved Castlevania games." Jonathan, those older games were crazy hard compared to today's. Paddy says, "How long was it before Tubbs Humble dropped the PS5, lads? I think that's the second one. 2 weeks, actually.
2 weeks, Paddy. 2 weeks in a row, bitch."
And Boogie Bop says, "Yeah, there's the PS5 plug." And Paddy said, "Yeah, we were talking about that in the Hidden Gems episode about when we talked about Tenchu, which I played again in the last few days. And my fucking God, the controls are so hard."
Is that the new one, is it?
Yeah, no, the PS1.
The PS1 one, yeah.
And Mikey says PS5 for all credits. Paddy says, "Bury with my money." Jonathan says, I disagree, Bruno. Older games like FPS games like System Shock and Unreal were way bigger than current FPS games. Thoughts?
Fair enough.
Now, because we're living in a generation, Bruno, right? I think you should get him cancelled because he doesn't agree with what you said.
What the fuck? Why are you doing this, man? Why would you say that to me?
Coming on this stream, not agreeing with Bruno.
I'm actually really offended by this.
This is fucking cancel culture shit, man.
I think we need to. No. Actually, a bitch. You know. Oh, I love to be Captain Smack a bitch. I do have a comment on that though. So what I meant by the games being smaller back then, they didn't have as much resources. So if you look at the size of the games, they are actually smaller in general.
Of file size.
File size, which means that they can't make the games.
When you get them offline, they're tiny, like.
Yeah, and
you pirate that shit.
Yeah, yeah. But I remember, wasn't even a brother-in-law. It was like the son of my godmother. He he's off. RoboCop game just kept cycling itself and changing colors. Like once you got to the end, and he just kept doing it. You guys are terrible.
I was listening.
I know. I'm just like, Tubbs is literally broken. Look at him.
Doesn't take him much.
But actually, to Jonathan's point, yeah, true. Doom as well. The original Doom was fucking excellent.
Do you know what I was playing actually today? Speaking of Doom, Dark Forces on the PS1 Star Wars game. Basically, it's made with the Doom engine. And
yeah,
do you know what's so weird? Do you know in those Doom games when you have guys above you and down here, and you just shoot straight on, and the bullets go up automatically?
Yeah. Love it.
Crazy. Mixed top 10 is number 10 TMNT Tournament Fighters, number 9 Donkey Kong 2 Diddy Kong's Quest, number 8 Battletoads. Battletoads so hard.
What a hard bastard game.
Number 7 Super Mario World, number 6 Mortal Kombat 3, Number 5, Street Fighter 2. Number 4, Mortal Kombat 2. Number 1, ISS Deluxe. Number 2, Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
And number 1, Donkey Kong Country. And Jonathan says, excuse me, not that. At Paddy, yeah, an all-time classic. If those games were so tiny, how come it took so many C90 tapes to copy them? And Paddy's top 10, we still haven't gotten a 10 out of Tubbs, but everyone else is throwing out top 10s. Like,
Oh, I thought we were doing them one by one.
yeah, you still haven't done one.
I did one. I gave you fucking the Last Vikings was my first
Oh, you
one.
did? Fucking hell,
Oh,
my bad.
that is
my bad.
okay.
Bruno then.
So a top 10. I've gone like proper retro with mine, by the way.
Well, they're all the same generation anyway, like, so.
Paperboy.
Is that 16-bit though? That was out in the NES, like, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was an
Are we-
8-bit.
Are we doing 16 or 8?
16.
Oh, fuck me, you guys suck.
That's why I had Super Nintendo and Sega on the.
Oh, Jesus. I went with like the proper old school. Like okay. Is
Yeah.
NHL 94
Yeah.
a 6? Okay, NHL 94 then. There you go.
If you want to use your list you have, feel free.
So I'm gonna stick with Paperboy. I remember
you
playing
could be the poor kid.
I was honestly until I got my PlayStation, I was definitely the poor kid. So
be like, hey Tubbs, he's only got a Master System and a Nintendo.
fuck you guys. But it's true, yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna say Paperboy with mine. Do you guys remember Paperboy?
Yeah,
I do.
another really hard game. The dog used to chase you and shit, and
Yeah, you had to
tripping
get,
over manholes.
yeah, hard as shit, but fun. Ooh,
So
don't drink so
for
much cum. Sorry.
you went Tubbs there for a second.
I did.
Paddy's top 10: Super Castlevania, number 10. 9, Toe Jam. Well, no way, he said top toe. So Mega Man X, number 9. Number 8, Bright Star. Oh, that's a good game. I forgot about that. Number 7, Super Star Wars. Number 6, Terranigma. Terranigma. Wow, there we go. And English is my first language. 5, Donkey Kong Country 2. Number 4, Super Mario World 3. Number 3, Sonic and Knuckles 2. 2, all the numbers in my brain. Chrono Trigger 1. And 1, Final Fantasy 6. So I'm going to go with my 10 and 9, and then I'll pass it over to Tubbs for 9, and then go from there. So number 10, NBA Jam. I used to on Sega Mega Drive. I used to love it.
That's a good game, man.
When you get that streak and your ball goes on fire and then you burn the net, everything. So cool. And number 9, excuse me, a bit of more of an obscure. Rise of the Robots. Any of you play that?
No.
It's basically like a really clunky fighting game where you're playing as robots.
Rise of the Robots. That does not click any. Is that Mega Drive as well?
I do remember this game.
I think it was on SNES as well, though.
Yeah. So is TDK? Is that a 16-bit? Out of curiosity.
TDK was the makers, wasn't it?
Hold on. It was on PC. That's all I remember. Anyway, continue. I'll see if I can find it.
Tubbs, number 9.
Shit, I didn't. So I picked. I'm like 10, but I didn't number them from 1 to 10.
No, just give them in a row.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Prick.
I really dug the shit out of that game.
Yeah.
Second one, I found the first one was really good, but I found when the one Sonic and Tails together when they first came out, that one was just that was badass. Like.
And Bruno, number 9.
Yeah. So I actually had Duck Hunt. So I told you I went like proper old school.
You went 8-bit instead. You didn't do your homework, Bruno.
I know, Tubbs. I thought this was like okay. I do have some.
You're lucky. I really like your face, right?
Oh, thank you.
I'm joking. I love you, buddy.
So yeah, Duck Hunt. Fucking love the game. And whilst you guys had your Mega Drives and your Super Nintendos, I still had the Nintendo that my parents bought at like a what do you call it? It's a flea market or whatever the fuck it was called. And you could just buy as many games as you want for like 50
Awesome.
I don't know. It was
Now you
simple.
buy one
That was
game.
the NES, was it?
Yeah, the net.
Yeah.
It was like it was a pirated NES as well. Just to be clear, it wasn't even the proper NES.
A bootlegger.
Yeah, because and
Now
you know
can't even buy one game for 50 quid.
no, I know.
Well,
But yeah. Anyway, sorry.
depends
Go
on
on.
the look. I'll just read out Boogie Bop's top 10. Number 10, Krusty's Funhouse. Number 9, Pilot Wings. Number 8, I love Pilot Wings as well. So annoying though. 8, Sky Blazer. Number 7, Power Rangers. Number 6, and I'm sure Tubbs is going to have this in his list as well if I know Tubbs. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Number 5, Cybernation. Number 4, Chrono Trigger. The second one for Chrono Trigger. Number 3, NBA Jam. My man. Number 2, Mario 1. And number 1, Zelda Links to the Past. And Boogie Bop says, of course, Tubbs links Sonic 2. It was headed up to my marks. Of course, Tubbs links Sonic 2. It was headed up my Mark Cerny, the PS4, the PS4 lead architect. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Know that.
Okay, so my number 8 was Mario Brothers 3. The best one, I think. Well, no, because I have another one further higher up, I think. I don't actually. No, sorry, just Super Mario World. Number 7, Road Rash 2.
You prick.
Thank you.
See,
I was gonna say that one next.
do you know what?
And Boogie Bop says, likes, I can't type.
Oh, do you
And
know
I
what?
can't speak type either.
He's not fucking lying.
Mark
I've
Cerny.
known Phil so long. When he texts me, I have to go into a decipher mode to figure out what it says. But we know each other so long, I actually can figure out what he said.
I do
Vice
this
versa.
well. I always spell shit wrong as well. So
So,
you probably
but
know-
I mean,
you probably
spell
know the
shit
step,
fucking-
Bruno.
when I send Brian messages.
it's like when I text Michael, and it's like, I was like, yeah, this is what I meant. It's like, I fucking know what you meant. Like,
I'm expecting it. Okay.
Tubbs, your next one. I'll just,
So what did I say was the fucking number 10?
well, you've been
Last Vikings, and what was the last one?
Sonic 2.
Sonic 2. All right.
Who did
Killer
it before?
Instinct.
Killer Instinct on
Killer
SNES.
Instinct was number 8.
7, is it?
8. Oh, so I'll go 7 now as well.
Yeah, because I went down to 7 for some reason.
Yes, you did 1 and you jumped. Yeah, so I'll do 7
Yeah.
as well now.
Excuse me.
God. No, I just have to iterate this, all right? I just have to let you know. It looks like utter absolute shite now when you play it on like an emulator or the SNES Mini or some shit like that. But Stunt Race FX, I absolutely loved. Yes.
What's it called?
Stunt Race FX.
I'm literally looking it up. I don't remember. Oh,
Do you remember it?
I do remember that, but I also remember a very similar version on the NES, on the regular like Nintendo.
They probably all had like upgraded versions anyway, like we get.
Yeah.
Now.
Nice. Well, yeah. Brian,
So
thanks.
you're 8 and 7.
Yeah. So Road Rash is one of those. Cheers.
No, you can talk about the game as well. I fucking loved it. Smack.
So the only time I actually played it was when we lived in South Africa. Like I remember living in like 2 different houses, I think, and one of the houses that we lived in, the neighbor kid had a Mega Drive, and that was one of the games, and it was brutal. It was awesome, and it's like going, it's like taking a fucking chain, it's like whipping this guy, and it's like, yep, you're off your bike, it's my turn, bye, and it's like, holy shit, it was awesome.
It's like when they swung for you, you can literally grab it and take it off and then go. Ruff.
I didn't even know that shit. I was the casual player, just
I loved
enthralled
it.
by it. So anyway, the one that I did have as well, which I think this is actually a 16-bit, was Spider-Man. I think is like, was it Spider-Man?
There's a few of them. Maximum Anxiety or Carnage or something like that.
Maximum anxiety.
Yeah, but it was Separation Anxiety and Maximum Carnage.
Maximum Carnage.
Oh my God.
It was
Maximum
definitely
Anxiety
Maximum
is me in the
Carnage.
morning at work.
So once again, I didn't own this. Like this is literally me playing either at, I don't know, I suppose arcades or just like friends' houses. But
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely remember that game. It was fun. It was like what did you call it? Oh god, what's that battle? The side-scrolling one.
Streets of Rage.
Thank you. It was kind of like
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
to
it was
me.
it was a smash 'em up, like
Yeah, it was
side scrolling beat 'em up for the
absolutely good
scientific
fun.
term.
Enjoyed it, but honestly, don't remember much more of it. Just remember being like, holy shit, that's awesome. But yeah.
Mick says Mega Drive I never had played. 5 FIFA 94, 4 Cool Spot, 3 Sonic 1, 2 WWF WrestleMania, and 1 Streets of Rage 2. Jonathan said Rise of the Robots looked amazing, but my god, it was garbage as a game. I think I was more in love with the idea of it than the actual playing of it. Paddy Plays says maximum anxiety is me and Mikey Casey doing the Kickstarter. So
Don't
numbers.
worry, Paddy. We've told all of the audience here tonight that if they don't pledge to the Kickstarter,
We're sending
me and
tubs
Brian-
around the gaff.
yeah, we're going to send tubs around to the gaff with raped face Woody, and it's on them, not you. It's on them. So just letting you know.
Just suddenly
Number
in the middle of
6.
the night, you hear
Hello.
continue.
Number 6 is a game I got for Christmas, along with my first ever color TV. One Christmas was awesome. Is Street Fighter Champion Edition from Sega Mega Drive. Amazing game.
Nice. Way
And I
better than
still-
the first one.
And now I have action figures on my wall 400 years later. I'll go with my number 5 as well. Turtles in Time on the Sega Mega Drive. Amazing.
Nice.
Tubs,
I'm just going to, because I'm on, 6 now?
6 and 5. You want more? We're doing
Yeah,
twos now.
I'm just going to blaze the last 6.
Okay, go on then.
All right. So number 6 would have been Turtles in Time. Number 5 would have been Mario Kart. Number
Awesome.
4, Super Mario World. Number 3 is a split between Zelda Link to the Past and Mortal Kombat.
Two
And
very different games.
yeah, number 2 is Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And number 1 is Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Yeah,
Oh,
Is that
I knew
actually Zombies Ate My Neighbors?
it's such
It
a
is.
cool game.
fucking unreal.
I'm gonna look it up now.
And if you don't pledge to the Kickstarter, right, I'm going to come to your house, Bruno.
You gonna eat my neighbors? I mean, the house prices would go down. I'll just buy that.
I'm going to
house. Fuck it.
cannibalize your neighbors. I'm going to rape face Woody your neighbors. I can do whatever the fuck you want to your neighbors, buddy. You just got to give me the fucking word.
I mean, joke's on you. I'm into that shit. So,
But yeah, but the question is your neighbors into that shit?
I mean, if you want them to pledge, sure, just ask them. But I'll be like
It's
sitting at the
you
window,
live
be like,
closer.
Oh wow.
"Take a bite, grab that one." Okay,
Nick Houlihan says Clay Fighter's another honorable mention. And I know what you're doing here, Mick. Final fight sucked, right, guys?
Clay Fighters.
I'll deal with you. Clay
Final-
Fighters.
Okay.
Have you never played Clay Fighters either?
No,
Oh,
dude,
Clay
I-
Fighters
I-
was fucking tons of fun, man.
I never had this like a Mega Drive or a Super Nintendo. This is all my joys of playing these games is hanging out with people who had these things and getting to experience them, or like at an arcade or seeing other like people play it. Otherwise,
We call that mooching here.
yeah,
Well,
that was literally what I was doing.
And I agree, because when you break down the Super Nintendo and the Mega Drive between them, you're breaking a top 10. You're trying to get a top 10 out of
There's games I will have
16,
forgot about
1700
for
games between two consoles, probably more.
Yeah.
Boogie Bop says, Tubbs, what about Ghoul
Definitely.
Patrol?
Oh, it wasn't as good.
Ah.
Yeah.
And Paddy says, I loved Zombies Ate My Neighbors, but I hated Ghoul Patrol. And Mick Holland says to me, Ah,
Okay,
okay, so
Fucking leg locked.
there's Tubbs showing his age. Bruno, do you wanna blaze or do you wanna go?
it's
No.
completely up to you, man. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 left. What the fuck are you guys doing? I don't know what's happening. Maybe I have
Lost
too
the
many.
run of ourselves here, so fire away if you want.
Okay, Sonic I used to love playing Sonic, the first one. My mom would go to the supermarket, and at the supermarket, depending on which day of the week she'd go, there'd be nobody in the fucking console section because you know what it was like. It was all those kids trying to play as well. It's like, oh, you little fucks, I want to play. And
Get out of the way.
exactly. And on the good days, they would either have like, a Nintendo, which I had at home, was like, or on the good days, they'd have a Mega Drive out. And if they had a Mega Drive out, they'd have a Sonic game. I played the shit out of that Sonic game. And anytime my mom like would go shopping, it was like pure theory of relativity. That shit was like, if I was actually having to go shopping, that shit felt like 20 days. But if I was playing, it felt like 20 minutes. Like, what the hell? So yeah, Sonic for me. I don't know.
That was your 7th, was it?
That was my 7th. Yeah.
6.
My 6. Do you want my 6 now?
Go on.
Excite Bike.
Get down to 4 anyway, and we can go
okay.
alternate them.
So Excite Bike was one of those, once again, kids hanging out. At this time, I didn't even have an NES. Like my
was that the motocross one?
Yes.
Where you like went up on the hills and stuff. Yeah, it's a good game as well.
Excite Bike. So play the shit out of that. And all I remember as a kid is going to my godparents. Their kid had a Nintendo, not even a SNES, just a normal Nintendo, and we would play the shit out of that. It was awesome. So that is one of the games. Let's see, what do I have left? Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna take this one in case you fuckers steal it from me. Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
I had one down, but I didn't put it down.
See, when I said my 10 games, and I was thinking, I was like, oh man, what about fucking like Tiny Toon Adventures? I fucking love that game. And like Empire Strikes Back and
do you guys remember the Michael Jackson game?
Yeah, Moonwalker, so fucking weird.
No, we said good games.
The way you make me feel.
That was really bad. But yeah, I mean, no, but to be fair,
even weirder knowing what we know now.
But when you look at like Super Nintendo and Mega Drive, there was easily like as many terrible games as there was good games on both consoles.
Easily, yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tiny Toon Adventures was another one that I should have put on my list.
Fucking Echo the Dolphin.
Fuck the Dolphin. That game.
That was a great game.
No fucking end. Oh, look at me. Jumpy, 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 jump into the water and you spin around and you jump, jumpy, jumpy, jump. Fuck that game.
Okay.
So you couldn't get any good at it, Tubbs.
I hated the shit out of it. Like, I hated it. Like,
okay. I have 4 games left. That's
okay, go on.
No, go.
Okay. So this is for you, Michael Holohan. Number 4, Final Fight. The best.
You do love yourself.
Better than Streets of Rage.
It is better than Streets of Rage.
I have backup.
It's happening.
Happening again.
Okay, good, nice.
Oh no, Paddy, no, I'm not saying that.
What did you say?
He's elaborated on Michael Jackson a little bit. Yeah.
Parents willingly let.
Not a nice situation.
Parents
willingly. Bruno, what's your number 4?
NHL 94. NHL 94. Absolutely.
I had EA Hockey. It was like the first one they did, and it was all international teams.
Yeah.
It was so fucking cool.
And so one of the best, when you're a kid and like your parents go somewhere and it's like, oh, there's another kid, and you're like, yeah, cool, what do you want to do? I don't know. And then you walk around for a bit, and then finally it's like, oh, I have this game, do you want to try it out? I'm like, cool, yeah, let's. And then I got hooked on that shit. That was awesome.
Does any of y'all remember the FIFA games on like Mega Drive and Super Nintendo, where like you could foul the referee and run away? And he'd chase you around the whole fucking field.
Yeah, that was FIFA International Soccer, the very first one, I think.
Yeah, it was fucking batshit crazy. Like, we spent more time trying to foul the ref than playing the game.
Yeah, I think one of the very first International Superstar Soccer games, you could literally turn off fouls, foul the goalkeeper who would drop the ball and just keep the ball into the net.
Yeah. Jesus, love it.
There was I think, I don't know, was it PlayStation or Mega Drive, where you had like a Vinnie Jones red card soccer. where you literally went around kicking players and
on the PlayStation 2, Red Cod Soccer, Red Cod Soccer 2 actually was no bullshit one of the best PlayStation 2 games that I played. Not from a graphics, not from even a gameplay perspective.
Sheer entertainment.
Yeah, just being able to like drop kick a motherfucker right into the head and doing the same to the ref, like. And the best thing about the game is like if it was all international teams, and you would basically work your way through the continent. So the US. So once you worked your way through the top of the US, the team was a SWAT team, right? So Guns Ahoy. I think in Oceania, it was dolphins.
kangaroos.
Well, no, it was dolphins. Kangaroos would have been badass. Anyway, long story short, being able to take a kangaroo by the flipper, knocking it onto the floor, stealing the ball, and scoring a goal, I don't know, it was just eons of fun. And eons of fun.
What number? Who was next? Me? Was it or you?
I did NHL 94.
Okay, so Mick says Final Fight. Boo! And Paddy says, LMAO, do it, Bruno. You're my bestie. Next week, can we change the name of this to Brian's action figure review cancel cast? Mick says FIFA 94 Tubbs.
That's what it was, FIFA 94, yes.
My next go is at number 3.
Yes.
So my number 3 was, I know Tubbs mentioned it earlier, Sunset Riders. Such a fucking
I
game.
didn't even put it on my fucking list. See, I shot my shot too fast as well.
You said it anyway. So
yeah, you definitely said it.
Games.
Well, you said it anyway, so that's cool. Yeah, I used to always play as the Mexican dude with the double barrel shotguns, Carmano.
Yeah.
Tubbs or Bruno, I think you should get a SNES Mini and hack it.
Nah, fuck it. I barely have time for like current gen games, so I know, I'm the boring guy.
Okay, so what's your number 3?
So I actually have 2 at number 3.
So, you're 2 at 3. Go for
I know.
How did that shit do?
So Prince of Persia, do you guys remember that? The original one? It's fucking hard.
So hard.
Man, that was bastard hard.
Yeah.
And the controls were so sensitive as well.
I just remember like continuously dying to that motherfucker with the sword, thinking like, I don't know what I need to do here, until I finally got the sword. And then when I started hacking that bitch, I was so happy. Anyway, so Prince of Persia, but there was also for the NES a Looney Tunes game where you played as like the baby like Bugs Bunny or whatever it was.
That's the one I'm on about. Yeah.
Is that the
Tiny
one?
Toon Adventures, yeah. But it was the Super Nintendo version I played.
Buster Bunny, is it?
Buster Bunny, yeah. Babs and Buster Bunny.
Oh, hold on. Funny.
I did love me some fucking Looney Tunes.
They're tiny, they're toony, they're all a little loony, and in this cartoony.
Yeah, Tiny Toon Adventures. I played that on the NES. I definitely played that on the like not even on the Super Nintendo.
They probably had a newer version out for the Super Nintendo, so
yeah, that was such a good game.
Yeah, I loved it.
Solid. So that was my 3. I
like all the lads around where I lived were all gone out like drinking cider and like, hey Tubbs, you coming out drinking cider? I was like, can't boys, gotta play me some Tiny Toon Adventures because I'm mad to see if Babs and Buster Bunny make a baby and shit. You know, like proper Bunny Pound style.
Oh my Jesus. Are they actually the Looney Tunes? They're not.
No, they were the Tiny Toons.
Yeah,
that was Tiny Toon Adventures.
I thought that they were licensed like Bugs Bunny stuff, but they're not. Holy shit. Okay, cool. Anyway, go on, Brian. Dang.
My number 2 is Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh yeah, the original.
The very first one, because like I know there's been like so many better ones in the series, but that's the one that started like. So.
Yeah, that's the one that started the whole.
I was pulling spines out of necks on Christmas morning, and it was beautiful.
Solid.
I remember the first game I played outside of Mario Kart and Street Fighter.
I thought you were going to say you played it outside. I was like, how? What?
No. Do you know when you used to get like 1 or 2 games free with the console? I think we got.
It was used to be Mario All Stars.
No, but I think we got Street Fighter with ours, and we got Mario Kart. But another game that I got with it was Cliffhanger.
What, the movie from?
Yeah, the movie game.
Yeah, the Stallone movie. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was amazing when I got it. I was like, this is the greatest game I've ever played. I played it recently. I was like, this is the worst game I've ever played.
that is the problem with retro gaming. Like, your mind will
It's hit
play
and miss, like.
tricks on you.
What's your number 2?
Well, it's actually already been mentioned, but Battletoads.
Yeah.
Battletoads is my number 2. It was a shit hard game. I got to the point where I could always get to the speeder park with all of my lives, and I was almost always so close, but I never got it.
Yeah, the speeder part is.
Fuck! I forgot Turtles in Time as well. But Battletoads, yeah, Battletoads.
It was ridiculously hard. Like,
I enjoyed it, but it was so fucking hard that I ended up hating that game with a passion, to the point of where, like, if someone says, "Let's throw on Battletoads," I'll knife them to death.
I rage quit that game
It's
so
harsh.
many times, to the point where I was like, I want to play a game, and then I was like, fuck, okay, I need to turn this back on. I need to finish this fucker.
You know what? It's like nowadays when people are like, "Oh, have you tried Dark Souls or Bloodborne or something?" And I'm like, those games, like, they are great. They look amazing, but like, I've got like this much time to play video games nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
use that time hating it. I'm dying.
I mean, Brian will tell you this, Bruno. I think the last game I rage quit on, I was actually like, I think Paddy has it on recording, and was when we all, me, you, Paddy, and Baz jumped in to play Fall Guys,
Oh.
and man, you want to see a fucking grown man Baz out?
Yes.
That's a
That
great
game
game, though.
fucked my brain.
Sean Solo, how are you? Welcome to the chat. He says
Battletoads.
Battletoads. My number 1. You guys stole my thunder already, but I don't care. There's a nice story behind it. My first 16-bit console, right? My uncle, who lives in England now at the moment, he came home on holidays and he brought home his Sega Mega Drive with it. He had Sonic 2 with it, and he was staying in my place. So obviously, I was like, "Oh, every night playing this new thing that I've never played before." I had only ever had a Game Boy and a Atari 2600 before this, so I was running around, speeding around. Oh my god, it's so fast! Whoa. So he went home on the Friday, and I got up Saturday morning, and the thing was still in the sitting room in the bag. I was like, "Huh, he forgot his Sega." Man, what's the story here? He's like, "Oh, he left it to you because he's moving into a new house, so when he goes back or whatever." I was like, "What?"
Oh my god, Brian creamed himself.
Yeah. So
like,
Sonic 2 was the game he left me, and I think it was Sonic 1 in the box as well. And do you remember they used to do those like it was like triple games? Where you had 3 games on one cartridge. So also Streets of Rage,
Columns
and Golden Axe. Or Shinobi was the third one, actually. Yeah,
Shinobi. Yeah,
I was like,
cracking game. Holy shit!
God, I hated it. It was so hard.
Even so, I remember Shinobi from the PlayStation. There was a PlayStation 2 game. That shit was still hard. So yep, it has not changed. But visually,
like,
holy shit!
When
Sonic
you think back,
2
like, when you do
Sonic game.
You're doing like a top 10, man. There's so many, like, when we're talking about games, there's so many fucking, like, I thought when we were reading off even the comments, I thought, like, my mate Phil, I thought like Shadowrun would have been in his top 10. But it's crazy, like, that you forget the games. Like, I'm forgetting games left, right, and center here. Like, you're like
that's because there's so many of them. Like, because I was looking at
Desert Strike and all those. Like,
I looked at I was doing like a group thing, downloading a shitload of ROMs, whatever, and I got a file that was like 3,600 and something SNES games in it. I was like, what?
I mean,
I know about 10, like, but anyway.
I mean, no, but I mean, I know. I mean, obviously, there's like, you know, in the ROMs, obviously, there's like, you know, you're getting the Japan versions, you're getting the American,
you're getting loads of different ones.
There'll be multi versions, but I think all in all, I think there's 900 plus licensed games for the Super Nintendo.
And this doesn't even include the non-licensed games, because I'm sure that there are non-licensed games.
No, like, Joe, like the variations of for the Famicom or for the Japanese versions or whatever.
Oh yeah. For
the Super Nintendo, there's, I think it's give or take. I think it's 900 plus. If anyone else in the comments
980 something.
I think it's just under 1,000.
What's your number one, Bruno?
So my number one is, I don't know if it's controversial. Fuck you guys, but
We like controversy, except
I
for
like
Probs
it.
when he goes too far.
So this game is no bullshit. I'm gonna call this my Everest. I like this game, but it is hard as shit. Contra.
Contra is
Oh yeah,
amazing.
Contra fucking is
But-
unreal.
Awesome game. I love the fact that you could pick up all of the extra like weapon types and shit like that. But it was fucking hard as nails.
Always bastard hard.
It was called Super Turrican or something over here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, no, Super Pro Protector, I think.
That's what it was. Pro
Well, it
Protector
definitely
over
felt
here,
like
yeah.
I was being probed when I was playing it. 'Cause holy shit. So one thing I would say, like you can actually play this game online as well. Like you can find them. I was like, oh, you know what? I it was hard for me when I was a kid.
It's even harder now.
Mate, it is so hard.
I would tell you something, right?
So
When they released the
hard.
SNES Mini, I think maybe 2 years ago,
Yeah.
there was so many people that I know. I was like, I can't wait to play Contra. It's gonna be awesome. Within 5 minutes, they're like, I'm never playing that again. It's so fucking difficult. Like, couldn't even get past the first level.
Yeah, that was the same for me. It was so hard, man. But you
There
know
you go,
what?
Bruno. Look.
Oh man, look very nice. That's what I never had. Yeah,
That's the Mini.
I know. Yeah. Oh,
And
wow,
it comes pre-installed with like 21 games, but then you hack the shit out of it, and then you illegally put all these other games into it.
Yeah.
The Culture Cast does not take any responsibility for what you do to your Super Nintendos, whether they
I
be big.
hacked the shit out of it, and I don't fucking feel one bit sorry.
Done.
But like YouTube is your friend, like, you know, for
Yeah.
the Culture
I
Cast.
was mad as well because like normally I would like go to an outsource to get that shit done, but I was so proud that I actually figured out how to hack that thing myself.
Respect. I can respect.
No, you
that.
fucking didn't. I did it for you.
I hacked that, dude.
I definitely did someone's. I can't remember.
No, you sent me the link to where to go.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but I actually did it myself.
Oh, but
held your hand. You said to.
That's
You held my hand.
That's like
led
I
me
read
in the
this book
gate.
for you. What you mean? You gave me the book? Yeah. That's like, come on, man. So yeah, fair play to you, mate. Fair play to you.
Yeah. So like there's some awesome games there. The reason I picked 16-bit games to talk about was I've been playing 32-bit games all week, and my God, they have aged horribly.
Yep.
PS1 and N64, most specifically.
Yeah, it's insane that like the Super Nintendo Mega Drive games still hold up. The majority, not all, but a lot of them. But then there's a lot of PlayStation 1 games that really don't hold their fucking weight. Like they look really bad. But obviously there's games that you don't even care about graphics. There's still a nostalgia factor, and they're still really fucking good games. But there's a lot of them like that they don't hold up. Graphically they're just terrible. You know.
That I can imagine. Like, I'm not being funny.
Pew pew.
Any shoot like Siphon Filter, I reckon still holds up though.
I haven't tried it out yet.
There are classics which I think will still hold up, but like you said, it's the majority. Like it's when you're a kid, you're just ingesting this shit, and you're like, yeah, this is great. This is great.
But see, when you're a kid, you don't know what's ahead.
No.
That is your limit at the time.
You know what's crazy? I remember as a kid going to an arcade with my friends, and I think it was Tekken 2. Yeah, it was Tekken 2 on the arcade. And you know, if you don't play the arcade for a bit, sorry if I'm boring you, Tubbs.
No.
I'm fucking with you, man.
It's past my bedtime yawns now. That's what that is like.
It's so good though. I'm literally messing with you, man. But
Tekken 3 holds up.
Yeah, but the thing is, Tekken 2, do you remember that if, like, in an arcade, if you don't play the game, like, they start playing these cinematics? And the cinematics look way better than the actual game. I remember saying...
that was always Tekken's issue in the very beginning.
Yeah,
the
remember
FMV.
saying to a friend, imagine when we get games that look like that. No, like, the games now, like, completely shit on the cinematics from back then. And, like, in your mind, those cinematics were amazing. So, yeah.
Our little minds weren't ready for it.
Nah.
But Paddy
But there's
said,
still games.
Paddy said it was the most
Oh, go on.
inventive period in gaming, though. PS1.
Oh yeah, it definitely was. Yeah, I agree.
Fuck tons of different games coming out.
Mick said played Tekken 2 recently, and it doesn't hold up. I played Tekken 3 during the week, and it sure as shit does hold up, I think.
Oh,
I even sent,
Tekken
did I send
2?
you a video or a picture or something of me playing it the other day?
It's still a very good fucking game. But the one for me was Tekken Tag.
That was on PS2, wasn't it?
Tekken
Yeah,
Tag was the
fucking real.
absolute. You had a massive roster, and you could swap in games, and you could do combos to swap the characters.
That was the first game with Eddie Gordo, wasn't it?
No, Tekken.
And Warang.
No, he was in Tekken 3. Eddie Gordo.
Are you
Wasn't
sure?
Eddie Gordo in Tekken 2?
I smashed him the other night in
The
Tekken 3
Brazilian
anyway.
fighter.
Yeah, the one that all the beginners used to pick.
Yeah, because he just spun.
Run around, kick the shit out of him.
I loved Warang and Le Wallin.
Oh no, Tekken 2, he's not in it. Yeah, it is Tekken 3. Haorang, Haorang was like the spam. You just spam the kick buttons, Taekwondo prick.
Taekwondo prick. You sound like the guy from the In-Betweeners there or something. Fucking Taekwondo prick.
Well, as good as Tekken was and all, I mean, Tekken's fucking fantastic. But there's one game that blew my mind on PS1. One of the best, and it went on to become a franchise, but it was Soul Blade. Yeah.
Yes.
It's called Soul Calibur now, but
yeah,
but it's the first one, Soul Blade, was fucking unreal.
And it still holds up. That still holds up.
Yeah, because it got changed to, I don't know why they changed the name to Soul Calibur.
The story mode was unbelievable in Soul Edge.
Oh, so good.
Look at that.
It started out as Soul Edge on PS1.
Look at that.
It was Soul Edge, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So what was it? Was Soul Blade?
No, Soul Blade, yeah.
Yeah, so it must be Soul Edge in the States and Soul Blade here.
Yeah, they have some have Soul Blade, some have Soul Edge.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
That compare what that is.
It's
that
so fucking good, man.
Although it really doesn't hold up, and at the time I thought was the absolute bomb. Virtua Fighter.
No, it looks terrible now.
Should have given that fucking thing away for free now in the Play Store, like.
They honestly look at that. I sent you this the video of the guy playing. Look at that.
That was on Sega. That was on Sega Mega Drive and everything.
That was Mega Drive. That wasn't Saturn.
No, that was PlayStation 1, dude.
No, it was on Sega Mega Drive as well. I am telling you. I remember seeing it at
93.
Shocking.
Yeah, Saturn. Oh no, Sega Model 1. You're right. Fucking hell. Anyway.
Yeah, it looked like shit, but yeah, it was on it.
But I remember at the time thinking this looks awesome.
Yeah, at the time it probably looked great. Like now,
tons of games that we thought looked awesome back then.
Paddy said Tekken 3 is my personal favorite Tekken. Horwang and Eddie came out in Tekken 3. And he said, Soul Blade, welcome to a tale of soul, swords and souls told eternally.
I fucking loved it, man. I wrote my first screenplay. Well, it wasn't, you can't call it a screenplay. It's fan fiction script when I played that game. And I was going to be like fucking, like my mate was going to play rock and fucking, I was going like, man, I should pull it out someday and just actually have a look at how like terrible it was.
Can I hear something mad? I used to love Siegfried in Soul Blade. You know, like the cocky ninja or fucking knight fella.
Yeah.
And I used to always think, oh, he's such a pussy. Like, well, I'd love you pure evil. And then he became Nightmare along the rest of the franchise. I was like, oh.
But do you remember Valdo?
He did it in his film. Yeah, Valdo. They put a guy in his mask
fucking
on the box.
Hellraiser looking dude.
He was blind, wasn't he, with claws?
He was fucking, I think he was like the ginger cousin in the corner for the Hellraiser crew.
He was bald.
Yeah, but they were bald too.
One thing, okay, so actually, so somebody said something in the comments, like you said, about like PlayStation 1 being like the most one of the inventive game eras. And man, it's spot on. I'm looking at all of these games that were released.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Metal Gear
Soul
Solid,
Reaver.
Resident Evil, Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis was, I suppose, just a
Parasite Eve.
Wipeout.
Silent Hill.
Pandemonium.
cracking game. Yes, Abe's Odyssey.
I don't know.
Yeah. Do you guys remember the one that was like a haunted house one? But it was like similar to Abe. It was like a
Heart of Darkness.
Yes, that is
Silent
it.
Hill.
Oh, fuck you guys with your scary games, making me shit myself.
Yeah, Bruno hates scary shit.
I do. I am the cast. I am the biggest pussy out there. So I am scared of all things. Even Brian and Tubbs, they terrify me.
I'm just a pussycat.
So yeah, I can't do the scary game stuff, man. But there was some crack. I remember a friend of mine had a like a cracked PlayStation 1, and he got all of these import games. One of the import games was you would play as a digger. You could you had to have the
JCB sim.
Yeah, and bearing in mind
Fuck
this
me,
is like
I've never heard of that.
mate, no, because it was like fucking nowhere. Like, and you had to move the controllers, and it was like with the analog sticks and things like that, so that you could, move the digger up and then do the. It's like what?
They had some crazy games on the Japanese PS1 and stuff.
All
the horse racing game, G1 Jockey, and stuff like that. Parappa the Rapper was fucking awesome. Block, duck, punch.
But didn't they like re-release that again or some shit?
Power Shovel. Which one?
Did that get re-released?
My God.
This was a game. Honestly.
Oh, me.
I can just picture the guy. Welcome to Power Shovel.
Yes, that was it.
But do you remember the Die Hard trilogy on PS1?
Die Hard trilogy was class.
Yeah.
And like a different genre for each movie.
Yeah, one was a shooter, and the other one was like a
first person. It was like a light gun shooter, wasn't it?
Yes.
And then it was a driving game.
Checkpoint one.
Yeah.
Best light gun shooter game though. Time Crisis. Come on.
Oh, they were brilliant. I had the G-Con and everything.
Even the G-Con today, I've been tempted to get one just because it looks still good.
Oh yeah,
it won't work on an LED though.
No, it won't work.
It has to be a CRT.
Yeah, I would just.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would just get it just because. Like it still looks good today. Like the Namco G-Con.
Paddy says there was a copyright debate about the name Soul Edge, and no, they changed the Soul Calibur and just kept it at that internationally. Man. He also says he hacked his PlayStation just to play Parasite Eve. Excuse me. Mick says Medieval underrated. I never even thought of that. Like, I bought the remaster for the PS4 last year sometime. Still fun to play.
I bought the Spyro remaster and the Crash Bandicoot one.
Driver. Oh my God, Legacy of Kain.
Oh my God, that Driver game.
Here's one.
The first mission where you had to do all the training in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Throwing the PS1 out the window.
Do you remember a game on the PS2 called The Getaway?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I fucking loved that. That game wanted me. It didn't make me do things. Yeah. It made me want to be a fucking gangster and fucking knife fuckers and shoot fucking people.
Maybe don't say that when we're talking about video games. We don't want them to count.
Yeah.
Video games.
Yeah. For me, it was Grand Theft Auto, but anyway.
Yeah. Oh my God! But this was miles above
Grand Theft Auto.
It wasn't. Graphics were terrible compared to Grand Theft Auto.
Are you shitting me? Not a chance.
No,
Look at the
graphics. I'm not shitting.
Look at this.
I don't know. I just rather the GTA games.
And
but do you remember, Brian? The first GTA game was like top down.
Oh yeah, the first two were top down and GTA London.
But look at GTA 3, man.
Yeah, but they didn't go for a hyper realistic.
I know, but like this one did. I still remember driving the Saab. Do you remember the Saab?
I love that game. I have it upstairs.
Like this was awesome. Like there was no HUD as well on this. Like your HUD is like you'd see your body get bullet shots and you'd have to stop to like cure the bullet wounds. If you wanted to know where you were going, you had to look at the indicators on the car.
But I can do that in real life.
All right, fuck yeah.
No, it was a very entertaining game.
This was a great game. Great job.
I remember it was in the bargain bins for ages over here. It was like £5 to buy it.
This one?
Getaway, yeah.
Oh my God, okay.
Paddy said, "Did you ever play Jammer Lammy, Brian?" No, I've heard of it though. I've never played it though. Paddy says State of Emergency. That was PS2. I only played that the other night actually.
Oh, brutal.
I love
That's
it.
the Riot one, right?
Yeah, great game, yeah.
I got like 680,000 scoring it the other day. So fun.
Like they would never make that game today, ever.
Oh, half the games that came out, they probably would be able to make
Like-
now. Like,
Yeah, maybe PS2. I think the PS2 was like the top level for me.
yeah, PS2.
You
Jesus
had
Christ,
Manhunt, you had the Warriors,
really
you had
games.
Bully, you had State of Emergency,
Oh, Bully was great.
San Andreas, Vice City.
Look at that.
Rockstar kicking ass in that generation.
Yeah, and
And of course,
Games.
the first Red Dead as well.
yes, yeah, true.
Red Dead Revolver.
Yes, it was an actual. What was it? A first-person shooter?
Sure, like fucking PS2 had it was literally like the console that had like one of the best like wrestling games of that generation as well.
Well,
Eddie said Capitol Hill Riot Simulator.
Oh my
Which
god.
one? Oh yeah, Red Dead. Holy shit. Which one?
Was that the original base model for Red Dead?
Mm. They talk about him in the new one on PS4.
And probably
Fred Harlow, is it? Can't remember.
yeah, probably my favorite game of all times on the PlayStation 2.
Devil May Cry.
So the first one that the very
Devil May
first.
Cry, yeah.
Oh my god, this one. So I had a cracked PlayStation 2, and do you guys remember the SCART cables?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the SCART cable that I had would only play up to certain bits or whatever, so I had to play this game in black and white until I got a new SCART cable.
Shit.
I played the entirety of this game in black and white, and I can tell you that the game somehow looks much better in black and white than it does in color. And
That's wild.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. It was great when I played it again in color, but playing this in black and white.
Tune was
holy
like,
shit.
I play my game 60 style.
And it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome, like PlayStation 1.
Do you know what? Just after entering my brain there, like when you mentioned Devil May Cry, on a fucking Musha, what a game that was! Remember the samurai game where you fought like
You-
dead ninjas and stuff.
Two of my
Yes.
favorite games on PS2 were Reservoir Dogs and Scarface.
Scarface.
I fucking love those games.
Paddy said, "Gotta head off, boys, but absolutely love the bands tonight." Thanks, Paddy, for dropping by. And guys, if
No
you didn't see it
problems, dude.
earlier, check out Paddy's new movie, Lulu and the Electric Dreamboat. Our movie,
Kickstarter,
as he
babies.
said. And I will have the link in the description in a while as well. And thanks for dropping by, Paddy. We'll be heading off soon anyway.
Yeah,
I think we're overtime as is.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
Sorry, rantathon.
Oh yeah, so we've gone into like a completely
Rant-
different generation of gaming now.
Rant the bent.
Rant the band.
Yeah, our topic ended about 10 minutes ago. Like, but look.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now we are just rant the band.
Yeah. Right, the rantaband. Cool. Anyway, I'll shut up so you can close it off.
So, guys, thank you for dropping by for another Culture Cast. It was really fun. I know we had to wrangle Tubbs a bit this week, but we got there and finished.
Yeah, there was fury.
Like
Within
Jack
the
Russell
beast
on a
this week.
leash and- It's a choke chain next week, Bruno, for him.
That's the new gimmick. It's like you see me being tugged.
Oh, tugged.
We don't want to see you being tugged. Oh. Anyway, guys, everyone in the chat, you have been amazing. Thank you once more. There's new video coming out tomorrow. It is Marvel Legends review of Dormammu, which we hope you enjoy.
It comes
And
talking.
also,
Is that like a big just giant fucking head thing?
no,
Oh, okay.
that's an actual action figure, Tubbs.
Oh,
But
okay.
also little humble brag. I'm only 12 subscribers away from 800. So if you know anyone who doesn't subscribe, tell them subscribe and get me to 800.
Yeah, subscribe to this motherfucker, right? Because if you
Yeah.
don't, you know what's going to happen.
I'll send Tubbs
Come
round
to your
the gaff.
house and give you the rapey Woody face.
You know?
Or
And I didn't even have to say the words because Bruno knew what the
I
fuck
know.
it was.
Actually, it's
He's
not even
down
the
with it,
rapey
too.
Woody face. It's just the rapey Woody.
And yeah,
Spider get raped.
the joke has definitely stuck, Tubbs, because Mick has just said, "Great show, lads. Go on 2 foot tall, Tubbs."
Oh, Tubbs.
I didn't even catch that. What was that?
They must have went over your head.
Was that a small joke from Mick?
Oh. They doing you dirty, Tubbs. They're doing you dirty,
I
man.
expected more out of you, my friend. Expected more.
And Jonathan says, "Fun show, all." Thanks again, Jonathan. Thanks, Mick. Thanks, Paddy, Mikey, everyone else that I didn't see or didn't mention. We love you all, and we will see you next Sunday for more Culture Cast funness.
Wait, do your thing, Brian. Do your thing.
Release the dwarf. Anyway,
Sitting right here.
thank you. Bye bye. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.